Durag Diaries, Fulham 2, Tottenham 0, and we got worked, man. Absolutely worked. I can't believe that Ryan SESSOGNON scored a goal against us. He scored about 4 goals in 4 years, but his first appearance back against us, he wraps it top bins. Dr. Tottenham strikes again. Yeah? You just got to accept it now. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad because I'm not surprised. You know, when they ask you, are you angry or are you disappointed? Neither. Because you just expect this with Spurs now. 2 games where you need wins against sides that are just no, I wouldn't say a couple, because they're now like 10 points clear of us, but sides that were within, range, just about within range. Could have touched them. If we won both of these games, we could have been in touch in distance into that top half of the table. But no, they just don't do it. They haven't got the mentality to turn on. And that game was an absolute horror show. It was a horror show. Performance wasn't good enough. That first half, constant mistakes. It's like the difference between Tottenham and the top sides are that when the other top sides are moving the ball, they don't have so much mistakes. They're so clean. They don't lose the possession and turn over possession so much from off the back of their own selves. Other teams have turnovers in possession in the final third or after they've moved the ball for a bit. Tottenham get on the ball, we look to counter, and then we break down our own play. Udogie down the left-hand side, constantly giving the ball away. Bentancur in that first half. It was just like the midfield three that he set up. Yet again, it was nice to see Archie start in the 6. No doubt about that. It's refreshing to see him get some midfield minutes. But lacks creativity. You can't start a midfield 3 without either Bergvall, Kulusevski, or Maddison starting in there. That's so clear to see that our team lacks someone who's going to punch the ball forward, going to drive with the ball forward, and operate within that space behind the striker. As soon as we got on the ball, every time we're attacking, I'm looking at Tottenham go out to the wings. The patterns of play, by the way, are so similar. It's so easy to coach against. Spurs are going to do some 1-2s, he's going to work it out to the wing, try to do a triangle to open up for the cross. And then if the cross is there, someone else is going to come back as an option as a cutback. Very simple patterns of play. Without Maddison or Bergvall, or I should say Kulusevski more, no one's coming for that cutback. No one's creating an option outside of Solanke into the box. There's no late runners. There's literally no one to play through. So the attack was just breaking itself down for the whole game. We saw at the end of the first half, he even swapped Jed Spence to go on the left-hand side. He's like, I've seen enough. I need someone to go on that left-hand side and be a bit rough and tough. And we saw that for a few minutes. But again, we didn't really create that many opportunities. This wasn't a game where I'm feeling like, oh, Tottenham were hard done by. We missed a lot of chances. Oh, if only the players put it in. No, it didn't make a difference whether the players put it in or not because there wasn't that many chances in front of goal. Half time, we see a few changes made. I'm like, all right, let's see if the team can wake up. Sonny on for Brennan, who had an absolute stinker yet again. And then Lucas Bergvall on for Basuma, I could just say that he's checked out of the season. This guy is already on holiday. He's already to sell planning to sell his handbags. He's picking up the stock. He's trying to figure out what countries he's going to be making stop in, what beaches are the best for him to visit because, hey, his time is done as a footballer at Spurs. Let's have that right. And so we saw these subs come on, but there wasn't much difference. There was a little bit more intensity. There was a point when you could say I saw there was Bergvall penalty shouts. It's a very light one. He did, I think Calvin Bassey put his body in front of him and Bergvall did get the ball, but at the same time, it wasn't one that you'd look to give as a penalty because it was more of just a body check. Like it was size upon size. One of them ones. Pause. Whoa. What, size for size is a bit mad, but you know what I mean, yeah. But the goal that we ended up conceding in the end was just pathetic, man. Like it was a turnover in possession yet again. We're trying to break out from the back. Odebert loses the ball, and then they obviously counter. Well, it wasn't really a counter because they're already on the edge of our box. Ball comes across the box. No one's watching Rodrigo Muniz. You could probably say Archie Gray, maybe being the centre-back in that position at that time, should have been pressed closer to him, should have closed down the space, him or Bentancur. But everyone's standing no man land and it fell to Rodrigo Muniz with a nice, you could say tapped. It wasn't really a tapping, but it was a nice finish into that corner where he didn't really, it was a weighted finish where it was just about enough pace on the ball to, find itself into the corner for the goalkeeper not to stop. But look, good on Fulham. It was a home win, and to be fair, they played like the home team. They battered us. They had more of the ball than us. They played the ball a lot cleaner and better than us. They had the better chances. Outside of that, I don't really think that there was too much important moments within the game. I think Calvin Bassey, man like CB, he definitely took that risk yesterday because, hey, there was even one point when him and Romero about to scrap it off. I was like, you do not want it with the South American Sicario. Trust me, these men don't play games. Straight head top, straight gunshots. Yeah, the GMs don't really know what they're on about, but CB took that risk, and I can't even lie, he had a very good game. He pretty much shot at the back. Him and Joachim Anderson minimized most of the chances that end up falling to Solanke in the end, and he didn't really get into the game too much. He had a few you sort of half chances, you can say, the flick on from Maddison when he chested it down, and he had to sort of, it wasn't really a bicycle kick, but it was a mid-air volley that just never really fell to him straight, and then he had a header. But outside of that, again, Spurs just didn't do enough. I feel like Ange Postecoglou, as I said quite a few weeks ago, he's definitely lost the dressing room. I think it's been clear to see that although the players are saying that they're playing for him, they're trying to give it their all and all this rubbish, no, it's very clear to see that the tactics aren't working. The players don't believe in the tactics. And quite frankly, the players are just running out of ideas. We need someone new, someone fresh to come in to just give this team a little bit more of a spark. And to be honest, we have 2 weeks of an international break right now. This is the time of when you can go out there, see if you recruit a manager for the rest of the season, even just look to see what there is out there. Xavi Hernandez, see what you need to do to get him in the Tottenham jersey. Because right now, we still have a season to play for. Europa League still there for the taking. Let's bring someone in to make sure that we can go get it done, because I have no faith, and I mean no faith, under this manager that we're going to go and beat Frankfurt. It's definitely across 2 legs. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. We let Ryan Sessegnon wrap it with his right foot into the top bins. And I had them telling me Ben Davies is our best centre-back. Mr. Box Office, if I tell you, let me tell you something. Don't ever quote those words again. I know you don't like Romero, but we saw when Romero's getting back to his best, even just yesterday, those first 60 minutes, I know he had to come off because he was managing minutes and all, but those first 60 minutes, that looked a bit more like the Romero I know. He was getting into them challenges, no one, leaving them no space, no pressure, clearing everything away, the first one to every ball. That's what I want to see more of. But talking about Tel, let me tell you something. People, we need to get off the kid's back. What he done after the game was a great show of mentality, by the way. I'm seeing, I'm going to make another video on it just to break it down and actually go into it a little bit more, because I'm not happy with the reactions from the Spurs fans. And quite frankly, it was disgusting to go at a kid that's on loan at us, shouting at him, telling him things from the stands. Like, disgusting behavior from any of the away fans that are out there shouting nonsense at him. But great mentality from the kid to go out there and feel the responsibility at just a young age to answer to the fans and let them know that we are together. So it was great from Tel to see that. But I'm going to make a video to go into a bit more detail regarding that. So keep an eye out for that. We have got 2 videos dropping today, the North Divide and Spur in a moment. 2 p.m. for the North Divide, Spur in the moment at 7:30 p.m. Make sure, if you haven't already, like the damn video. For Spurs Tears, as you see already, there's no Durag. The hairline's looking janky. The hair's looking a mess. It's Spurs stressing me out. And hey, look, we ain't got a match review back for a couple weeks. So, hey, the international break is at a time where a lot of people complain. For me right now, I'm happy. We need a break from Spurs. We do. But we got plenty of content coming this week. So make sure you keep an eye out. Tap the post notification bell to stay up to date with everything. And if you want to follow me on the socials, you just have to get below here. Make sure you get up at them. This has been Durag Diaries. Tottenham lost 2-0. And yeah, man, not great times. But look, big up for you tuning in. Big up each and every time to the people.